So, hello, good afternoon, Aarti. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. A very pleasant good afternoon because nowadays weather is becoming very pleasant. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. And what about you?
Yes, I'm also good, pretty good. And tell me about yourself. We are meeting after a very long time.
Very long time. Yes,
I
ma'am.
exactly remember when last we talked. So I think after 2 months. And I was very desperate to connect with you because this is my new ID. I am working on my new ID. And yesterday
Hmm.
only I sent you a message. Do you know that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
So I didn't want to miss you. So anyhow,
Hmm.
I tried to connect with you. Yeah. So you are here. So as it is exam time now, Aarti.
Yes, yes. I think from 21st, no, 25th of February, they are having class 10th and 27th February, class 12th exams.
Oh, okay.
But we are
So
not having any such duties because nowadays the pattern has changed, and the teachers of middle section and primary section, they are coming for duties. We have to just sit and pass the time by gossiping. But I am having a lots of work, like I'm making notes because it is my first time I'm taking class 12. So I joined the school when already three chapters have been completed. So I'm making notes of all the three chapters and the important questions I'm selecting and just compiling them in a notebook so that the next session I can make a very better use and of time also.
lot of work you have to do now.
Yes, ma'am. But I like, it's my choice doing work, and it's my passion too. That whatever I'm teaching, I must know it thoroughly. There should be a plan in my mind when I'm teaching anything.
Yes, of course. You are so dedicated. I mean to say.
Yes.
Okay. So suppose in your nowadays you're having exams in your school. But before I want to ask you that in your school, as you are like a very old. I mean to say you are in this school for 30 or 35 years, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's a long time, I would say,
Hmm.
right? So, do you get any chance to speak on the podium or like to give some speech to the students of yours? So, do we prepare initially, like me to say, the speech of yours or something is extempore or like you prepare before that? You have to, I think everybody has to prepare what I'm going to talk to so much, so I mean, it's so huge audience of yours. So, your video is stuck here. Aarti, your video is stuck. Aarti?
Yeah. Just the electricity went off, so I
Oh my,
just
अच्छा कोई
switch
बात
on
नहीं,
to.
चलो अब क्या ना मुझे जोड़ने में बड़ा मुश्किल होता है। अब हम यही से ज्यादा ही तो हुआ नहीं था, थोड़ा सा ही हुआ था। फिर से स्टार्ट करते हैं एक
Ah,
बार। ओके।
okay.
सो गुड आफ्टरनून आरती, हाउ आर यू?
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. And what about you?
I'm also doing good, Aarti. And it's a long time that we are meeting today. After a long time, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So let me know
Because I
something about. Yeah, give me a short introduction of yours.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Aarti Chaubey, and I'm connecting you from Madhya Pradesh. By profession, I'm a teacher, government teacher, and I'm teaching English to class 11th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And teaching is my passion. I love teaching.
So
That's
you are
all.
teaching. Yeah, it's been how long that you are teaching?
Ma'am, since 2001, I am in this teaching department. But earlier also, I was teaching in convent school, one of the convent school in here, Narsingar itself. And earlier to that, when before my marriage, I was teaching in one of the coaching English spoken. So it's been, I think, more than 35 years that I'm in this profession
Long long time. Okay. So your job is
teaching.
very much story. Like, okay, then when you started teaching, it's the same school. Say, I mean to say the same institution of yours. When
No,
you
ma'am.
joined, okay,
No, ma'am. Earlier, I joined as a grade two teacher, and but on deputation, I have been called in the school, which is high secondary school, and there I got the classes of class high secondary classes. I have to teach maths and English. And after that, recently I got promoted, and now I am posted in higher secondary school, and there I am teaching only English to higher classes.
Great. That's the reason you speak so well. You know, I talked to you, I've spoken to you earlier also once or twice. So what I observed is that as you are a teacher, and teachers need to speak a very good English, and
Yes.
you speak very good. So apart from teaching, I want to ask you one thing. So do you have to speak in the front of your audience? Suppose there is some days, special days like 15th August, 26th January, or any festival. So do you need to like give your speech to the audience of yours in your school or out somewhere? So have you given something?
Yes, ma'am. I love doing anchoring, and I when Rajapal arrived at our not in school but somewhere he arrived, and there I got the chance from our SDM, and he called me that, ma'am, you have to do the anchoring there, and are you prepared for that? And I said, okay, sir, this is my first time, but I will definitely give you very good results, because I was confident that I can speak, and it went very well. After that, second time Rajapal came here in Narsingarh, then also I was the host. And once our education minister came
Yeah.
uh, in our area, so at that time also I was there for the anchoring. And in the school, I get almost every day we have to address the students either for discipline or for this their studies or their exams. And sometimes some special day arrives, like um, Kargil Divas was there, then Savitribai Phule's birthday was there, then Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Jayanti was there. So I
Exactly.
want to, yeah, I want to make aware my students all about the all Jayantis and our, our leaders, our heroes who have sacrificed their life for for the cause of our motherland to get the freedom. So I want them to at least know about them something.
Yes,
So
very.
principal always calls me that, ma'am, you address the students. It's your turn now. So I get the chance.
So when it comes to address to the audience of yours, I think you are not nervous or underconfident. You are much confident, right?
Yeah, earlier, no, it was a case when I started speaking in kitty parties also. Sometimes they say ki, you have to sanchalan karna, like that. You just hold this mic and you call the participants one by one for the games and all that. So it was in somewhere in my habit. But when I started speaking, and I'm also having a practice of giving trainings. There also I do the motivational speaking, because I just want to motivate them so that they understand the need of learning this language. So I
Yes.
motivate them first. In the first two periods, I just motivate them. So I was having this type of habit. It is already means naturally inculcated in me. But then, yeah, I have polished it, because sometimes I get nervous when I feel short of words. So
Yeah.
I prepared myself, and I started using body language, because speaking is only 7%. But major part is your gesture, your physical movement, your eye contact, and your hands movements and all that. So
So when it
every
comes,
time you have to connect
so
with the audience.
become a good communicator. So all these things are very much required, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I quoted.
verbal communication plus non-verbal communication plus knowledge. This
Yes.
all the three ingredients should be there for a good communication. So knowledge, first you have to have the knowledge of that topic, on the topic on which you are speaking. First you have to collect the information, data, knowledge, then some golden statement, or you can start with a good story of 1 minute, so that you can
Yeah.
create a good impact on the audience and you can connect with them. When your
Yes.
audience starts laughing, that means it has got connected with you, and now you can put your thoughts, or now you can put what you want to say. So firstly, you have to connect your audience. You should know your audience.
You
Then
connect with the audience. And the second thing is that when the audience want to ask you something in between, it happens so many times. So you
Mhm.
should be empathetic and you should lend your ear, when somebody is asking you something. It
Yes.
happens, when you're addressing somebody, maybe some hand is raised, the person wants to ask you something. So that time even you are more confident to give your answer or reply, So,
Good.
and
Otherwise, you can, if you are not knowing the answer at that particular time, so what you can say, you can repeat his question by the time you are getting the time to think, or you can put that question to audience itself, that this is a very valid question you have raised. I want that this answer should come from audience. So if at that while this time is passing, you can think the answer, and in case if you are not having, then you can say that I will answer this question in our next session, if you are having uh, means the continuous session you are having. So
and
these
I
are
think communication requires that. So you are the main communicator and the other person in front of you. So those people are they should also be like good at communicating with you. Not good at, I would say, when somebody wants to ask something, then he or she should be very able to ask you anything, whatever he wants to ask you. So
yes.
in that way, you should be so empathetic. I mean, empathetic in the sense you should communicate in that way the other person is not nervous or not ashamed to ask you anything, whatever he or she wants to ask you. I mean to say, in that way you should communicate. When somebody is communicating on the dais or on some platform, I mean to say, in that way you should communicate. The other person who are listening to you, they are so mixed up with you. They are so gelled up
Hmm.
with you.
Hmm.
They are liberal to ask you anything. In that way you should communicate with them. You're
Yes,
right.
you are
Yeah.
right. Absolutely right.
So you have many chances. I think you are working for the past 30 or 35 years, as you mentioned. So I think you are much confident to speak to your like a huge crowd also, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm addressing on 26th January also. I am hosting the function at our tehsil level. There also I'm getting chance to do the anchoring. So now this skill has I'm quite familiar to this skill, and now I don't I face any hesitation or any fear. The only thing is that I have to continuously have to update myself. I have to daily I have to read, I have to write, so
Yes.
that I can be updated with the changing scenario on which I
Yeah.
have to.
So
Career.
as you connect with so many huge people, a huge crowd, so you are confident to speak to your huge crowd, and that this thing, to talk to a conversation, this doesn't matter for you. I think it's a very small thing for you, to connect with one single person and talk to he or she. So I think you're very confident to speak. Yeah. So
It's all
it
God
goes,
grace, ma'am. I,
yes.
I continuously pray. I never pray God to give me one good house or some ornaments or some jewelry or some good clothing. Never I ask for this. I only ask that I can be a person who can be helpful to others. Just you raise me like that, or you give me that potential so that I could be the reason of someone's smile. I could help someone, because after our death, or when we will lose this body, it will be of no use. They will just
Uh,
burn it and it will turn into ashes. Right?
Yes, only that remains is the thing which remains is only that what we have done in this life. Only that good part of us remains in this life, right? Nobody will remember you for your bad deed.
Hmm.
See,
Yes.
in our apartment, there is one lady. Her husband is of the same kind as she was. And when first, what happened? One husband died. And within 11 months, after 11 months, his wife also died. And they are
Hmm.
on the upper floor of mine. And when they expired, they did not connect with anybody. They were not socializing. And like,
Hmm.
actually, they didn't like to go to anybody to meet, and they wouldn't like anybody to come to their house. And they
Oh.
would be confined in their own house, and they were very happy among themselves. And
Hmm.
when they died, nobody was there, actually. For their funeral, only 8 or 9%, their servant and their main daughter and their son, nobody went there. And the thing remained is that what the other people are talking about them. So how the people were there, they did not talk to anybody. पता नहीं ऐसा क्या था, किसी से मिलना नहीं चाहते थे. So these are the things. If
Yes.
they would have done something good, we would remember them. So you are, yeah. So आप बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रहे हो कि that the thing is which remains after our body is that what good deeds we have done in this life,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yeah. So, Aarti, do you have any questions or can I wind the session? And
Oh, ma'am, it's very little time we are having. I think it's a
I'm going to
10
say it
minutes.
is actually what this is my new mobile, no, so time is not flashing on this. Yeah, it is.
Ah,
It is. Yeah, it is there, very, very minute, Yeah, I couldn't observe it. Yes. So, if you
so
have
how your
any,
life? No, I
yes,
just want to ask how your life is going on. What is your schedule for the whole day as you are living with your husband only? You are not having your son or daughter.
they had come here. They were here with me for the two days, and now just before talking to you, they had left for Noida. Yes.
So
So,
how
so
do you
they,
plan?
yeah. Sometimes now we are planning to go to Mumbai because my elder son is there. So yeah. So let her daughter's exam finish. After her exams is over, then we'll go to Mumbai.
Okay. So do you love to stay there in Mumbai?
Sorry?
Do you love to stay there in Mumbai? Do you like to stay there?
Very good, because there are so many my childhood friends. They are
Oh,
waiting for me. No, yeah. Actually,
oh.
what they are waiting for me to come. And the
Uh-huh.
one friend of mine who has, who told me that, Alka, when you will be coming here, we will organize a small get together there when you will come here. And he
Mhm.
keeps on asking me, for the last year, he's keeping on asking me, when are you coming? When are you coming? Every time now and then he would ask me, but very unlucky I am that he expired just 1 month ago. And
Oh
he kept
no.
on asking me, when are you coming? So every time I would tell him, okay, next month, maybe next month, maybe next. And it didn't happen. Yeah.
Oh, this is so
I
sad.
regret not sometimes. Why didn't I go? So I kept on procrastinating that I will come, I will come. But he left. I think
Oh.
time and tide waits for none. Like
None.
God has every plan for himself.
Hmm. Oh,
So
so
yeah,
sad.
yeah. So we have to work accordingly what God suggests. We are
God,
nothing in the hands of God, right?
yes, yes. So what are your daily activities? I mean, what you do from morning to evening?
Yeah, from morning, I get up around 7:30. Though it's a late time for the age of what in age I am. So I think at my age person, they rise up very early in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But as we sleep late at night, so we get up also late in the morning.
Hmm.
7:30, 7 sometimes. After that, I do my exercise and yoga. After yoga, I read a newspaper of mine. That is my, habit of reading newspaper daily.
Hmm.
So after reading the newspaper, so it comes to like 9:30 that time.
Hmm.
So 2 hours I take my exercises, yoga, and reading a newspaper. I have my tea also that time. So yeah, after that, I'll go into the kitchen and I'll prepare my breakfast. Then after like 2:30, I'll have my lunch. After 2:30, from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'll have my conversation. I'll be searching somebody to have conversation with me.
Okay.
From 3 to 5, I'm totally free.
Hmm.
Yeah. And from
So how
5
many
to 6,
subscribers? How many subscribers are there
like,
in?
subscribe maybe 500, 560. Yeah.
Okay, that's good
Yeah.
number. And what
Yeah.
about the views?
Yeah. Views. Yeah, I get views, but not so many. Yeah, but I'm satisfied, because I'm
Ah,
satisfied.
because
Yeah,
you are
I'm satisfied.
progressing. Day by day, they may be increasing. That means we are satisfied by those views.
What mindful I'm only mindful of my language. I never
Hmm.
think about subscriber or views. I
Yes.
do love when we get subscribers, we love to have subscribers. But the thing is that I'm learning over here. With the
Yes.
time I have developed my fluency also, I developed so much of confidence which I needed
Hmm.
the most. Yeah, so these
Now, but now your earlier also your language was good, and now also you are speaking very good, very fluently. You have
yeah,
improved a lot.
find myself that I have become much confident and I'm able to speak now. But yet
Yes.
I have to see myself on the advanced level. So for that I'm working. I'm working
In-
on my vocabulary and all that. Yeah.
So what are you doing for learning vocabulary and all that? What practice you are adopting?
So when I read my newspaper, then daily I find some 3 or 4 words in the paper.
Mhm.
So there is a huge register of mine, a big one. So in that I word and I find I still make sentences, not in the written, in my mind only, because I don't have so much of time writing each and every word.
Mhm.
So I remember in my mind, I make sentence in my mind from that word. Yeah, then I go for the second word and third. Yeah, daily I practice with the three words. Yeah.
That's good. So, in one conversation, you will just keep the record of all the words, and then you will tell me the meanings of those words, and I will make the sentences out of them. We
Oh,
will
it's
do
a
that.
yes, yes, we will practice on this. Yeah.
So one day, maybe on the next Sunday or somewhere. And now I can make video on in my school also, because at that time you are talking about 3 to 5.
Yes, yes, 3 to 5 and free. Yes.
Yes, yes. I can. You can just message me. If I'll free, then in one of the room I will sit there, and then we can make video. So whatever words you have learned, you just tell me, and I will tell you some idioms or some
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. The video has stopped. So yeah, yeah, the video was again paused. Yeah. So yeah, today is a Pakistan India's match. So I want to watch that also.
please go.
Yeah. So
Cricket match.
Pakistan India match. I have to watch it, and by any means. I'll be here only. Glued to the TV. I won't have any conversation. I think so. Okay.
Mhm.
Bye, Aarti. We'll meet soon again. Maybe on Sunday.
Definitely.
Okay. Maybe on Sunday. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Please take
Bye.
care of yourself.